bubbly. Good morning, book lovers. My name is Malia and I review books without spoilers. I also discuss hot new topics, talk about book series that we all love, and I'll be interviewing influential people. But my main goal is to intrigue you enough to experience the book for yourself. So let's get started. This week I read Cinder by Marissa Meyer, and I've always been very intrigued by Fairytale retelling. I love this series, Once Upon a Time, because I think it's so entertaining, imaginative, and creative to put a modern twist on fairy tale life, and I think that's what she did here. This is one of the coolest stories, so I won't disclose more than the first chapter, but let's talk about the book. It's placed in New Beijing. So you say, New Beijing? Yeah, it's in the future with hover cars and androids and cyborgs, and Cinder is actually a cyborg, half a cyborg herself. I think that was such a cool twist. As Cinder is a cyborg, she's also the best full-service mechanic in all of New Beijing. So Prince Kai comes to her, he asks of her to fix his old android who is a tutor, and so they're communicating and they're talking, and while they're talking they have like a little bit of a backstory. There's this disease called lutemosis. I don't know how it's pronounced, but that's what I'm gonna say. So lutemosis is taking over the country and it's threatening their citizens. They die within a couple days from this disease, and it's highly contagious. And so after Prince Kai and Cinder talk about everything, Prince Kai leaves and Cinder's assistant Iko comes in, and Iko's really cool because she's also a full android, but she has a really cool personality chip. So she's a little bit more human and sassy, and she's really fun. She's a great element character to this story. After Prince Kai leaves, Cinder and Iko hear a commotion going on outside, and they find out that someone is contagious with the virus. And so they hide, wondering what will happen to them. And that's how the first chapter ends. Can you believe it? That's just the first chapter. And so you feel an impulse the entire book, every single time a chapter ends, to just continue and continue and continue. And that's why it only took me 5 hours, because I was so intrigued and so entertained and wanted to see what would happen. So this book is like a roller coaster, and you're gonna love it if you like fairy tale retelling. Honestly, I never really liked the Cinderella story, and so I feel like Marissa improved this story. She made it so much more fun than the actual fairy tale. This week I read The Martian by Andy Weir, Unlimited Pyro by Anthony Robbins, and is that my boy? Hi baby, come here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Yes? No, you can't have any of that. Sorry. Not yet. Wait 21 years. Here you go. And so we have The Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz, and then Scarlet is right after Cinder, and I have a couple options to get it, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not. Maybe, possibly, haven't made a decision about that. Anyway, Cress is the third part of the Lunar series, and Fairest. And Fairest is like a fourth book, but not really. Kind of like in Divergent series, you had Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant, and then you had 4. So it's kind of like that, similar to that, at least from what I've heard. And that's what's happening in this upcoming week. So any BookTube veterans or newbies, I would love to hear what you have to say, and I really appreciate you commenting below. And a quick message to Marissa Meyer. You are so cool. It was such a creative and imaginative idea to put this book into reality, and I really thank you for writing it because I enjoyed every single second of it. Like I said, I had an impulse to read and continue throughout the entire book. And I heard that you live in Tacoma, Washington, and that's where I grew up, Tacoma, Washington, 98422. I had the best years of my life there, and so I'm really excited to know that you are from there, and so am I. So it's kind of like a small world. Thank you for your time and enjoy every moment.